Tank cap, put it on your head, they gon' shoot. Never 10, I put in rubber bands for the coupe. Crew was ringing bells, we didn't know who was you. Gotta lay low, heard they watching my move. FTB podcast episode 3, and I ain't even coming to play around. Yo, I don't know if y'all knows, but the current state of America, the government, everything from top to bottom is completely and utterly disappointing, completely and utterly messed up. And now all the corruption that's been happening for years on years behind the scenes is starting to come to light and unfold right in front of everybody, and everybody is just not paying attention or even don't care. I'm confused on why. I was seeing a lot about Project 2025. I looked into Project 2025. It was government reform, rebuilding everything, taking away Social Security, rechanging abortion rights, doing a lot of things. I looked into it and I was worried, just like everybody else, worried. But then I started to sit there and think, it's not going to get passed at all. It would never. And then, I don't know if y'all heard recently, you know, it's probably been a little news, probably not really big in no place, but President Trump, or former president, was shot. They said it was an attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump by a 20-year-old with encrypted bank accounts to foreign countries. Yeah, so I sat there watching these things, watching these courts, documents. I watched the whole Congress speak to the head president of the CIA, or temporary president of the CIA. And I'm sitting there watching, I'm sitting here thinking, like, this was the Illuminati meeting falling apart. I sat there thinking, this is when the two world orders or two evils go against each other. But then I thought, after sitting halfway through, and mind you, this was basically an interrogation of the female lead manager, whatever she was for the day. It was basically an interrogation. They was questioning her and asking her, why didn't y'all stop President Trump from getting shot? They brought up evidence that people at the event, the rally, saw this little boy. He wasn't even a grown man. He wasn't even 21. Saw this kid with a rifle at the event. They reported it. Nothing was done. They told her that he was on top of the building, that officers of the CIA were inside. He climbed on top on a ladder. They asked her, after taking the photos and videos of him prior to the event and at the event, why wasn't any extra measures taken? They asked her, why wasn't extra security given to Trump when he requested it months in advance, and he's been requesting it for a long time? They asked her, if a police officer saw this young man, why wasn't nothing done when he threatened the police officer with his gun pointed at him? Now, they asked a lot of questions. I advise anybody to go watch the full, I'm going to call it interrogation. They had to get a warrant to subpoena for this woman. And all this woman came there and said was she couldn't speak on topics because of the FBI, because of the feds. So it became Congress versus the CIA versus the FBI, the feds. The feds are doing their own separate investigation. The CIA is doing an investigation. The Congress is asking questions for the sake of the people of America. A lot of questions they asked, I don't even think the people of America were asking. But it just exposed an inner turmoil that's been happening and building and brewing. And that's the tipping point. Because somebody put in an order. They are thinking it was a backdoor scheme. It was a setup by the FBI and the CIA to go get Donald Trump out of here. That's what they think. And a lot of questions they ask, I don't think normal people would ask. I don't think normal people would have the information that they had to ask those questions. So I sat there listening and thinking, okay, so this is going to be a civil war. This basically just going to be a civil war between our government. And I sat there thinking, what does this look like to other countries that see America? This is the election year, 2024. The possible new president just got nearly assassinated. Joe Biden has been incompetent for 4 years and now is basically being shown as senile. The CIA is beefing with Congress and is withholding information from the people in Congress because they are under jurisdiction from the FBI, the feds. So I sat there listening to all this, and it was hours and hours of listening. I just thought, what position is this country in if at the top levels corruption has now destroyed it, the basis of it? What does this look like for the ones at the bottom? For the regular 9-to-5 worker? How about the criminals? How about anybody that's homeless? How about the drug addicts? What does it look like for the people that come here thinking they're going to have a life and they don't have one? What about the people that were born here thinking that they're going to have a life but don't have one? What's going to happen? I don't feel like these questions are really being asked. I don't think nobody cares enough. The other countries are watching us. They are watching our every move. Why? Because we like to mind other countries' business. We like to stick our nose in other countries' business. Because we're this world leader. We're this world power. We're the great U.S. of A. We're fantastic. So now when they see us intermingle beefing, we look weak to them. Incompetent. Stupid. Ignorant. We are already engaged in multiple wars. This can lead to more wars, potential warfare. And who will protect us? Who is here to make the calls? If Congress is not here, if Congress is not here to make the calls, and the FBI is making their own calls, and the CIA are making their own calls, who is in charge making the calls? The president clearly can't veto anything or make his own overseeing calls. No president has been able to. They always got to go back and debate over laws. That's why most can't do anything. So who is in control? Who has the power? Who is in control of your safety? Of your government? Who makes your laws? And if it's 3 different people with 3 different powers and creating 3 different laws and living under 3 different rules in 3 different jurisdictions, how are you supposed to live? How do you live in this country if this country doesn't even know how to be a country? They break us down through the media. They break us down through the messaging. They break us down through the TV shows. They break us down with this need to get rich and get all this fame and fashion and riches and mansions and get above the poverty line and middle class isn't enough, and middle class is destroyed now. They manipulate our minds, but then at the top of the top, they don't have any handle on anything that's going on. How are those the people that are in control of how we live? Why do they govern the things we do? Why? If Congress is saying they for the people, and they're supposed to be in unison, in cahoots, teammates with the CIA and the FBI, and they're for the people asking the people's questions, why can the CIA withhold evidence to the people? Why can the feds tell them to withhold evidence? A former president almost got assassinated on camera in front of us all. I'm only 26 years old. I didn't think I would see that in my lifetime. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't think they would see it in their lifetime. And they said if the bullet was a half-inch closer, if he didn't turn his head just a little bit, would have blew his whole head out on live TV. 2 people were shot and killed. 8 shots were let off. There was no safety. If this was a setup, did they care about the lives of the other people at this rally? Did they care about anybody in the area that could have just been a victim as victims were had? Did they care? Did they care? Or does it not matter because it's Donald Trump and Donald Trump is this almighty evil? I've never met a politician or heard one speak that wasn't a liar. Law is business. The USA is business. The government is business. You are a business. You are a business. But now, the question is, who is the boss? Who is the overseer? We made laws because people needed to be overseen, because if we were left to our own devices, we would destroy each other, or so that's what they made us believe. They're at the top with all laws on their side, and they are in the middle of destroying this country. Our image is already destroyed. And it's not about black America, it's about America, America. I don't think when the country say America, they think black people at all. I don't think they think that. As a black man in America, I don't have faith in America. I don't think most African Americans in this society have faith in America. I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I think faith was lost long ago. I think they threw us little bones, like with a black president, threw us little bones with a black governor, things like that. In New York, they threw us a bone with a black mayor. A lot of these people never did nothing. They gave us a president who came out his mouth and said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And if that's not how he quoted it, somebody dropped the quote of how he said the line. This is what we have to live through. This is what we have to get through. 4 years of a new president. Y'all don't think it's time to just restart, change the whole game? Y'all were mad at Project 2025. I'm here to say, maybe we don't need to do Project 2025, but it's not time for a whole reboot and restart. We are world power. Most economies are in shambles. I was going to curse, I'm not going to curse. Our economy is in shambles. People are living in poverty. The middle class is being destroyed. People don't have health care. People don't have jobs. People are in debt. And we sit here and talk about hate for one another, and we sit here and talk about music, and we sit here and get distracted about all these other events and Olympics and things that go on. But then if we sit here and watch what's really happening in America live on TV because they broadcast it, it's completely a shame what they put out there. It's absolutely a shame. There's nothing in between that. There's nothing before that. It's just a shame. World power. If the FBI and the CIA and Congress are at war with each other over an assassination for a former president, maybe future president, where do you stand? And who is standing for you? Who is the good and who's the evil? Who is right and who is wrong? Without all the answers, how can we ever know? There's speculations. There's all type of new information coming out daily. But yet, there's still private information being withheld through private investigations. So what's the truth? The truth is, America has finally reached a point where it is now going to destroy itself. That is the absolute truth. Between crime, drug addiction, poverty, and a corrupt government at war, America has reached a point where it will implode. And I urge you, build a safety net, savings accounts, investments, cash flow in online currency. I urge you to become your own power. All Americans, I urge you to become your own power if you are in this country. Because this country is not going to work for you. It has never worked for you. You have been a slave to this country. And if they don't promote this video because I said that word, it is what it is. That's what the truth is. You have been a slave to your job. You have been manipulated to believe things that are not true. This was supposed to be the land of the free. Yet everyone living under this everyone under this flag is not free. Everything is deceit, lies, and corruption. And that's the American dream. I ask you, I urge you to answer, is that the American dream? And what is the win here? What do we all win after this? I don't deal with political topics. I'm not a politician, nor do I want to deal with politics at all. This is not about Democrat, Republican. This is not about a presidential vote. This is not about the 2024 election. This is about the state of this country. And where do we go after this? No matter who you vote for, will they solve your problems? No matter what party you stand behind, will they answer all your calls? Republicans and Democrats sat in a meeting with the CIA and stood together because the FBI for months on multiple cases have withheld evidence from Congress. They have done it through documentation and locking them. I say documentation because they say they're going to send it. Put in these word orders. Don't send anything through for months. They've locked case files for other cases before this and are probably going to do it after. When these cases are unsealed, the information you find, what will it make you feel? The incompetence at the top, if that doesn't scare you or worry you, then what are you worried about in this country? What do you want to gain out here? And is it about time we all start leaving this country? No, I would think so. I would think so. It's pretty much over, and there can't be really any going back, right? When you wage internal warfare, there's never really a going back. And the only answer seems to be restart everything. That would involve people in power losing power. And the people in power are not going to sacrifice their power to make a change. It's not going to happen. That has never happened. I don't foresee it happening. But it's not to say you're done in this country. It's not a gloom and doom. Now you can live a great life, or a rich life, have a lot of money, do a lot of things, have a happy life. But I say that to say, are you safe here? Is anything that you see here real? And is that life that you live your safety net? Is that even your safety net? Is that real? Is your job safe for you? Or can your job be erased tomorrow for AI or computer codes? Is your neighborhood safe when that starting drug programs in all states, where they're giving away crack pipes, heroin needles, just so drug addicts can be safe doing the drugs that they do in your neighborhood, instead of rehabilitation, getting back into the community as a positive figure? They're aiding it. Is your bank account safe? When multiple times, several bank accounts, several bank companies, corporations, accounts have been hacked, money has been lost, and a lot of money has still not been given back fully. I can tell you your government is not safe because they don't even trust each other. This is America. This is what we have become. They didn't have to drop a nuke. It didn't have to be a war between countries. It just had to be lies. It had to be dishonesty. It had to be an attempted assassination. It had to be done on live. It had to be done. You know, before the age of computers and all this new digital equipment, would have been hard to get that footage. That was a live feed of murder. That was a live feed of an attempted assassination. That was a live feed of incompetence. And that was a live feed to where we have come as a people. This wasn't due to the music. This wasn't due to fashion. This wasn't due to red pill, blue pill. This was due to America. And if the top is corrupt, the bottom shall fall. I urge you to protect yourself. I urge you to get you, your family, everything that you love and care about in order. I urge you to keep it close to you. Keep it very, very close to you. And I urge everybody to believe in yourself and your beliefs before you believe what these people tell you to believe in. They're going to tell you it's okay. They're going to tell you they stand for you. They're going to tell you they stand by you. That's what they're going to tell you. Watch what they show you. Watch what example they set. They get mad at corruption and lies. They arrest you for corruption and lies. They bring you to court, make you swear in. But then they could swear in under oath and lie and hide it behind walls of he said and she said. I ask you, does he said, she said sound like it's a good way for your laws to be maintained? Does it sound good to you? We can't give y'all information that y'all need. It's not about the assassination. It's about how much information that we needed as a people that would lock away because of a government corporation. Because clearly y'all all are government, but y'all all don't abide by the same rules. Y'all under all your own jurisdiction. How much information was locked away from us? How much is still locked away from us that we need to know? How much will they keep locking away from us? And how long are we going to just sit there and watch over and over and over as they display lies are happening in front of our face? And sit here and do nothing. And worry about social media? Music? Artists? Movies? What you worry about? Shoes, some clothes. Hopefully, one day, we'll all come together and we'll all wake up. Not about Black America, White America, Spanish America, Chinese America. It's not about none of that. We all need to come together and finally stop this government from lying, stealing, and moving us in the wrong direction. We need to all be together and stop them. That's all we can do right now. That's all we can do. And it's like a fairy tale. I know it's been said before. It's never been done, apparently. And it seems like it gets worse and worse as time goes on. So what option else do we have? If we don't all unite, if we don't all say enough is enough, enough of the lies, enough of the locking away evidence, enough of locking us up, enough of telling us what to do, but then doing the things that you tell us not to do, enough of corruption, enough of deceit, enough of looking like an embarrassment. I urge you, for your family, for your friends, for everybody you love, for your kids, for your legacy, for your future. Protect yourself. Stop listening to the government. Cheat the laws the best way you can to succeed, because the laws are being cheated by those up top. Protect everything you care about and stand behind yourself, what you know, in your business. There is nothing left out here for American citizens. There's nothing left that we could prove to other countries. We are ashamed. We are a disgrace. So the best thing we could do as citizens that live in this disgraceful, pitiful country is become something respectable as individuals. There shouldn't be, there can't be a government anymore. Has to be individuals. Has to be individualism. The time is now to stand up. FTB Podcast, Episode 3, Corruption in the Government. We're going to drop Episode 4 tomorrow. the topic is gonna be, I don't even know yet. This was just a crazy topic. I just had to address it. I got tired of seeing it, watching the people lie. Like it literally was 3 hours of just lies to each other, lies to us, and people swear that they're standing for us as people. And nobody seems to be talking about it. I may cover this topic again. I'm waiting for more information to come out. I'm going to start having clips and things I'm going to start inserting. I'm going to bring paperwork and documentation for a lot of things. I'm waiting for a lot more information to drop on this. What do we do, America? As a black sis, let me speak more to my people. What do we do, Black America? FTB Podcast, Episode 3. Finesse the boss. And yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Getting up out of here. Glock 30 on safety. I'm like you, yeah, I came from the basement. I'm like you, yeah, I felt all the anger. You like me, then you might have some haters. What if I told you the choices you making got nothing to do with the politics? What if I showed you these people who famous, they really ain't nothing for following? But I know that you know some decisions you making is just gonna lead to your consequence. Need to learn about building a legacy, putting your people on without no sponsorship. So it's fuck all the flossing and followers. Keep it real.